last night for the players and the coaches as they prepare for this game. But you get one win and you're in the Final Four. That's pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah, we're about to get our starting lineups for both squads. Skagit Valley, the number 3 team in the NWAC, representing the 2 seed of the North region. They absolutely smoked Columbia Basin in the first round yesterday. Meanwhile, at the other end of the court, Centralia, who finished only 500 in the West region, say, wait a minute, we won 19 games overall. They pull off an upset over Umpqua, who was the 4th highest ranked team coming into the weekend, 74-72 in the first round.
Yeah, huge upset. Umpqua, I think they may have been looking past that game, and Centralia was having none of it. I mean, they've had 3 big wins. They had to get a win to get into a play-in game. Then they won again in the play-in game. Then they come here and win the first round game against the number 1 seed out of the Southern region. They are on a roll.
Yeah, and as we see them coming out onto the court right now, they'll be starting the 6'6 sophomore forward number 2, Shea Brannon, followed by the 6'3 freshman guard number 4, Javante Walls, the 6'2 sophomore guard number 5, Luke Brewer, the 6'5 sophomore Max Holloman wearing number 11, and the 6'4 forward number 15, Julian Ibarra. The Trailblazers led by head coach Joe Shearhart. And getting their announcements now at the other side of the floor for Skagit Valley, led by Coach Carl Howell. They'll be starting at guard, the 5'10 freshman wearing number 1, Jerry Petty Jr. He'll be joined by the 6'3 freshman guard, number 3, Jager Fife, the 6'3 sophomore guard, number 5, Blaine Granberg, the 6' freshman guard, number 11, Trayshawn Weatherspoon, and the 6'8 freshman forward, number 33, Malcolm Clark. And that's your starting lineup for the Cards. Again, the number 3 team getting ready to tip off against a Centralia squad that took down the number 4 team in the league just yesterday. So you have to feel, Tony, that Centralia is going to be coming into this red hot with quite a bit of confidence.
Absolutely. A lot of momentum. Confidence. They, like I said, they won 3 in a row, and they played Skagit early in the year and lost by 6. So I'm sure they feel like they can win this game.
We expect a close one here as Clark and Brannon are ready to tip off atop the logo at center court. Again, here at Columbia Basin College, host site of the NWAC 2026 Basketball Championships. It's the Cards that win the tip-off. They are moving right to left across the court. Action underway here in the Elite 8. We'll see if they can draw first blood. Good ball movement here around the perimeter, just eyeing down the defense. Everybody just getting into rhythm. They'll try to lob it down low into the low post. It'll drop step to the inside, and the hook is good for Malcolm Clark.
Yeah, Clark is going to be a problem. He's a big, huge guy, was first team all-region, and he just put that in with ease. He could have a great night.
Yeah, meanwhile, at the other end of the floor, Max Holloman takes a hard fall. And you like Centralia there. They give up that bucket early, but almost immediately they're in transition, got back behind the Skagit defense. It's a foul on the floor, and it'll stay Trailblazers ball down at the other end. Inbounding from atop the baseline. They've got it into the right corner. Trying to work their way inside. It's Ibarra. Try no good. It's off the rim. Rebound Cardinals in transition. Movement along that perimeter. Looks like they're trying to find another way inside. Don't see it, so nice little handoff out there on the left point. It was a deep 3 from Petty, and Jerry Petty's try no good. It's out of bounds. Blazers basketball.
Speaking of first-team all-region players, Skagit Valley has 3 guys that were named first-team all-region. That is very unique.
Oh, yeah, plenty of names that we'll probably call multiple times throughout this game. We've already called Clark. Clark, an all-region first mention. He's also 3rd in the league in blocks. But they've got a dangerous shooter out there, the guy who tried and missed at the other end of the floor just now, Jerry Petty Jr. He's pretty solid. He contributes 19 points a game. He's an all-defensive mention, second in steals. And, of course, they've got Trayshawn Weatherspoon, an all-region first-team mention, #1 in the league in assists and #1 in steals. So we'll see how Centralia is able to handle that down the stretch. But they're hanging pretty tough here early, which is more than can be said for what happened with CBC in the game prior. They'll fire a deep three. It's short. Saved in play, but a shot clock violation. That'll be a turnover in favor of the Cardinals basketball.
Skagit Valley showing why they have the #1 ranked defense in the NWAC in terms of points allowed. They are very stingy in terms of giving up baskets.
They jumped up 23-0 to start that game over CBC yesterday.
Oh, my. I didn't
Exactly what you're talking about, Tony. And there they get one off the glass right side. Count it and one for Trayshawn Weatherspoon, the all-region first-team mention, #1 in assists, #1 in steals, and he gets 20 points a game.
That was sweet. I've been excited to see this young man play. I've heard a lot about him. He's been player of the week a couple times this year, and that was pretty nice. Off the bounce, off the dribble, gets a foul and one.
Few dribbles on the deck, and that's good. So he's got his first 3 points of the afternoon. Centralia brings it across the timeline. Brannon with it. Handing it off to Walls. Out on that right point, he'll attack. Back out to Brannon in the corner. Deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Centralia. They've got 11 on the shot clock to work with.
Centralia is a unique team in the fact that they have 5 guys that average double figures. So it's really hard to zoom in on just one guy because they all can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and that's what's really interesting about this squad, right? When you think of as a nice little short corner jumper there, good for Ibarra. He gets their first bucket of the game, but look how quickly Skagit Valley is at the other end of the floor. Weatherspoon draws a foul.
Yeah, you're going to have to get back on defense, boy, because that's off a made basket. They're right down your throat just that quick, drawing another foul.
Yeah, within just a couple seconds. It's like they were already at the other end of the floor.
And the interesting thing, when you've had teams that have played each other, you look back, you know, they've reviewed the game from they played previously, and what adjustments do they make? So my thing is, Skagit may have seen that they could push the ball up the court real fast on Centralia, and they're doing so pretty well so far.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out down the stretch. Tired legs show themselves more at the end of the game than they do the first 3 minutes, right?
Absolutely.
So we shall see. Brannon over to Walls. Skip pass at the other end of the floor. Ibarra working his way inside. Defender falls down. Turn and gun, and Ibarra's got 4 buckets.
Back to back for Ibarra. Yeah, you can't miss him out there, that's for sure, with the bright yellow shoes.
Centralia hanging tough.
Ibarra averages 10 points a game. He has come to play early in this contest.
Yeah, he's got the first 4 points of the game for the Trailblazers. Ball inbounded way out near midcourt to Jerry Petty. Petty looking to go inside. That passing lane cut off, so they'll keep moving it along the perimeter. Weatherspoon. Skip pass to the other end of the floor. Catch and shoot 3, and it's just short off the side of the rim for Jager Fife. Rebound, Blazers. Here they come, and they've got a chance to tie this up potentially. Or take the lead. 3 ball in the air. No, but it's batted back out. They'll get another try.
Shea Brannon with the tip out. Those are huge, getting your team an extra possession, extra chance to score.
Walls into the corner, and it's knocked off the foot of Petty. So with 7 on the shot clock, Centralia is going to inbound from the corner of the court. Oh, how do you like that inbound play, Tony?
Outstanding. Wow. You want baskets like that. In these big games, any chance you can get an easy basket, you want to take it. especially against Skagit because they're so hard to score on.
Shea Brandon. How about Shea Brandon there? One, getting the tip back to keep possession on that try, and then two, the nice little cut on the inbound pass right underneath the basket. Nobody picked him up.
Yeah, Brandon, reigning player, NWAC player of the week. He's off to a good start.
Put back try, good for Malcolm Clark. Put Skagit Valley back on top. That try short off the side of the rim. Rebound secured by Clark for the Cardinals. Centralia able to get back and get set defensively. Catch and shoot three for Petty. No! But Clark with the offensive rebound and the putback.
Yeah, Centralia's going to have a tough time. They've got to keep him off the glass because it's hard enough to keep Petty and Trayshawn from scoring. But then if you got Clark grabbing all the misses and putting them in, that's a problem.
Yeah, Skagit Valley, as you mentioned earlier, 3 all-region first-team mentions on this squad. That's a pretty impressive resume coming in. Spoon. Back up top. He'll fire a deep three from the top of the arc, and he hits it.
Weatherspoon, the freshman from Rogers High School out of Spanaway, Washington. He has shown up early.
That time, Brannon denied, ball knocked out of bounds as he attacked the basket, and it looks like that's going to bring us into a timeout on the floor. 13-6, Skagit Valley leading Centralia.
For nearly 40 years, Boston basketball has set the standard for quality of craftsmanship.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Bada, the official ball of you.
NWAC champions are sponsored by Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet provider. Sign up today at ziplyfiber.com with plans starting at just $20 a month. Coming out of that media timeout, Skagit Valley leading Centralia 13-6 after the first 5 minutes gone by here in the first half of this Elite Eight matchup. But Centralia has the basketball. They'll inbound, and it's stolen away. Petty with the pick, and then deflected out of bounds. Andrew Collins in pursuit, able to poke it away and at least prevent what would have been a fast break bucket off the turnover.
Yeah, Skagit first in the NWAC in steals per game at 5 per game, and there was one right there. Petty just took the ball.
Yeah, he had 87, I think, so far on the year coming into this game. 87 steals as they go inside to Clark. Clark with the little turn and hook over the top of the defender. And that's going to be a tough assignment for Centralia down low in the post there, trying to duke it out. Brandon giving up a little bit of a height and size advantage down low.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what adjustments they make. Do they start double teaming him? Do they start denying him? Because he's a problem.
Collins is fouled, and Brandon there with another great tip to kind of keep this possession alive for Centralia. For as much as it seemed like Skagit Valley has been in control and a little more fluid at both ends of the floor, Centralia is hanging in here early.
Yeah, if they can get to find their rhythm, there's a nice play there out of the timeout for Holloman.
Max Holloman, an all-region defensive team mention for the West region. Him and Luke Brewer are probably the two names we'll expect to say a lot for the Centralia side.
Centralia has switched to a zone. They're going to try to slow down Skagit and go into a 2-3 zone, maybe a 2-1-2. Look at Clark. Oh, my. He's a freshman. Oh, man.
Yeah, give him
6'8" freshman.
10 points already. Just over 6 minutes gone by in this first half. Do the Trailblazers have something they can retaliate with? They try to lob it to Brannon, and it's a little too high out of reach, out of bounds. And this is kind of the danger zone here if you're Centralia, right? If you keep this in single digits, you like your chances. But right now, the Cards threatening to go up double digits here early.
Okay, so 1-2-2 zone works there. There's a steal, starts to break.
And there it is. There's your adjustment. As Brewer gets the bucket.
It's a big-time defensive play by Collins, who's got that steal, poked it away.
Well, and you see there kind of the danger of when you drop into the zone like that, too. An open three in the corner. Try no good. Now a third chance on this opportunity. And Malcolm Clark is a menace down low right now for Skagit Valley.
Yeah, Malcolm Clark has shown up. And I see these four-year scouts in here. They're all in their notebooks behind Clark.
Certainly pitching a strong case for himself early on in this one. It's a 9-point game. What do the Trailblazers have in store offensively? It's Max Holloman again they go to. That time rolling it off the fingertips and in.
Oh, great execution on the end of the pass. The assist looked like Aaron B. Richards with the dime.
Ball into the high I area. Now it's back out to Weatherspoon. They'll go to Clark. Clark double teamed into the corner. Open three, and that's money for Jagger Fife. And that's the danger, right, when you run the zone, is sometimes you're going to leave. If the team has good ball movement and they can pass within it, sooner or later somebody's going to be open.
Absolutely. And then that's the problem with trying to double Clark. You double him, and then he spins, and there's a wide open shooter, and Skagit has some guys who can do it.
They lead it by 10 here, but a nice cut to the basket along the baseline, and it comes up just short for Andrew Collins off the rim. Cardinals in transition. Petty off the glass and in, and Brannon was right in front of him. I don't know how he got by.
What a play. Coast to coast, Petty Jr. down the middle with the left-hand scoop. Skagit is on a roll.
Yeah, 24-12 the score, and Joe Shearhart takes a timeout for Centralia.
Competitive athletics has a successful history of working with athletic conferences and sports teams in California, Oregon, and Washington as a full-service athletic supplier. From initial roving signs to finished products, whether it's embroidery, straight or heat applied, discount customers bring to efficient supply. Visit competitiveathletics.com.
I want to thank E-Team Sponsor for helping sponsor these NWAC Basketball Championships, their official fundraising partner since 2014. E-Team Sponsor proven to be the easiest and most effective online fundraising platform. Get set up, start raising money in just 30 minutes. Visit eteamsponsor.com. You like the decision there to call timeout by Coach Shearhart?
Absolutely. Coach Shearhart's trying to figure out a way to keep his team in this game because, I mean, Skagit's balling right now. They're making every shot. They're getting second chances when they do miss, and they're playing great D.
But you mentioned these are two teams that have played each other once before this season, and it came pretty close. So we know the Trailblazers have some fight in them here and probably have a plan of attack, and that time they get a much-needed bucket.
Again, Aaron B. Richards with the beautiful pass. It leads to a basket.
Weatherspoon with it. Into the corner for Fife. He'll go inside to Clark. Up in the elbow, high post area. Back to Weatherspoon, up top again. Pull-up gun is good for Petty.
That combination, quite arguably the best guard combination in the NWAC, Weatherspoon and Petty Jr.
Oh, they try to go for an exclamation point to Shea Brannon, and it's off the iron.
And let's see what Centralia is. They're going to stay in that zone. They're trying to figure out a way to slow Skagit down, make them miss a few shots. Because right now they're scoring almost every possession.
Again, I think the majority of their problem is going to be figuring out what do they do with Clark. He's been incredibly problematic underneath the basket for them. And there's another steal, the top defense in the league. Petty coast to coast. He's got 2 steals already in this game, and that time a transition fast break bucket at the other end of the floor. Centralia tries to lob it to Brandon once more in transition. It's off his hands, picked up off the floor by the Cardinals. No look pass to the other end of the floor. Catch and shoot 3 from the left wing for Fife. And it's 31-14, just like that. The Cardinals flying high here early.
You miss those 2 alley-oop dunks, and after you miss them, you wish you just would have made a basic pass and scored the layup. But if he makes that dunk, that's a lot of momentum that could potentially spark your team.
Yeah, 2 missed opportunities there that you think maybe they'd like to have back, and a foul on the floor. This will be against Clark.
That's one way to try to stop Clark. Go at him. Get him in some foul trouble.
9:31 on the clock, and that's going to bring us into immediate timeout as we've passed the midway point of the first half. Cardinals 31, Trailblazers 14. This is the NWAC Basketball Championships on the NWAC Sports Network.
Do you yearn to learn? Check out Centralia College, Areas of Study. We've got fine arts and design, early childhood education, application development, biology, and who could forget electronics, robotics, and automation. Want to learn more? Check out our website or give us a call today.
Woof! That's another one. How have you hit every green light?
Well, I just started banking with ICCU.
ICCU?
Yeah, it's the kind of banking only a credit union can provide. It's high-tech and personal all at the same time. I get notifications for deposits, fraud alerts, rewards on my everyday purchases.
It's red, 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 red!
It'll turn. I even got a great rate on this new car.
And that magically turns all the lights green for you?
You tell me.
Everything you need for your banking and everything you love about a credit union. ICCU. Life's greener here.
Over there, miscommunication on the part of Holloman and Quentin Robinson, who just checked in. Robinson made a cut down into the corner, and Holloman threw it where he was expecting him to be, and he wasn't there. So that's a turnover. Only the fourth of the game for Centralia, but they really haven't been beaten in turnovers just yet. It's really just been the phenomenal offense there. Case in point from Skagit Valley.
Yeah, Petty Jr., my. Centralia went back to man-to-man, and Petty Jr., 2 dribble pull-up, all net.
Yeah, able to make their buckets here from virtually every phase of the floor. They're getting them down low with Clark. They're getting them in the mid-range with Petty, and then they've hit a couple threes, too, to stretch that floor in the half court. And Centralia still trying to find a solution that's consistently successful. They've had success a couple times. They switched to the zone a couple times. They've done some things, but they haven't been able to consistently get those stops.
And that's the key. That is always the key, to be able to get consistent or consecutive stops. So that was one. See if they can put together a few more to maybe get back in this game.
B. Richards handing it off to Brewer. Brewer pulls up, fires from the free throw line. No. Rebound secured by Bennett Ho. And Howell with it. Over to Weatherspoon, fouled underneath the basket on the floor.
Weatherspoon showed a little bit of his handle there, one of those little hesitation moves. Defender read it a little bit, but bumped him and got the foul.
He'll inbound from atop the baseline. That, meanwhile, is Max Holloman's second foul. Important for the Centralia squad in that he's probably one of the best defenders and all-around players they got. He scores 13 points a game, and all defensive mention, 6 rebounds a game. And now that gets compounded by a chance for a 3-point play. It's another foul. Clark able to finish, and he'll get a try from the free throw line.
Yeah, Skagit Valley just playing really good basketball right now. Inside, outside, patience, good shots, and consistently looking for their warrior inside at Malcolm Clark.
He's got 14 points already here, and we've still got more than 7.5 minutes to go in this first half.
Yeah, he's got 1 point less than the total of that Centralia has at this point, which is typical for Skagit, right? They lead the league in defense and points allowed, and they're doing that just like they normally do.
Yeah, incredibly tenacious. Pull-up gun is good, and that was a lifeline thrown out by Aaron B. Richards. They needed that triple to stay in this
They really did, and B. Richards has played well in this first half. He's had some really nice passes, some assists that were led to baskets, and now he comes back with a 3.
Petty goes inside. 3 blue jerseys around Clark. Turning hook, it's in and out of the basket, just off the inside of the heel. Centralia picks it up off the floor. It would be huge here, Tony, if they could get 2 buckets in a row. Can they do it? Clark says not so fast, and he swats that one down.
Yeah, just when it looked like he had a layup, Clark times it, blocks it out of bounds.
Javonte Walls to inbound from atop the baseline into Brandon. Brandon handed it off to B. Richards. Picked up off the floor from the mid-post. The jumper a little long. Rebound secured by Skagit Valley. Howell had it.
Bennett Howell, 6'8" sophomore. It looked good out there on that rebound. That's the 2 really nice size forwards for Skagit. Clark and Brewer. Bennett Howell.
And a miscue at the other end of the floor. Pass just a little too hot to handle and out of reach for the intended target. That's only the 3rd turnover of the game for Skagit Valley, but Centralia gets a gift given to them there. Can they make something of it? Again, Petty, very handsy defense, knocking that ball out of bounds. He's already got 2 steals here in the first half. That time he deflects it away with 16 on the shot clock. Centralia to inbound from atop the baseline.
There's another steal.
Yeah, inbound pass right into the arms of Weatherspoon. And then Petty at the other end of the floor. Kind of like a little bit of back and forth we go here.
I'd like to see B. Richards touch the ball this possession. He's done some really good things.
Yeah, you mentioned his role as a facilitator there early and then getting the big bucket not that long ago as Javonte Wall's try is denied. Weatherspoon off the glass right side at the other end of the floor. It's good. And
Clark with the huge block shot leads to a driving layup by Trayshawn Weatherspoon. There's B. Richards.
he hit one triple in this. That one just a little off the front of the rim, and it leads to a transition bucket for Howe at the other end of the floor, and it's now a 22-point deficit for Centralia.
Yeah, that's a little disheartening there for Centralia. You got 2 men back, and he still throws it over the top of both of them for the layup.
Brannon picks up his dribble. Fadeaway jumper over the top of the defender, Clark, and he hits it.
Yeah, that's a tough shot, and I think they're going to try to go back to him. That's one way, like I mentioned earlier, you try to get Clark to maybe commit another foul, get him out the game.
Petty with a cut to the basket and a nice bounce pass inside. Gets one from underneath. He's got 10. Averages around 19-20 a game, so well on track to reach that here this afternoon as well. That try, a little too long, picked up weak side by Weatherspoon. To Petty. Petty driving baseline, pulls up, fires it short. Snatched out of the air by Brannon. Up the floor to Brewer. Brewer, the man who scored 32 points in Centralia's game last night. Trying to work his way inside. He's bumped, falls to the floor, no call.
Good D. Clark stayed tall, kept his arms up.
Weatherspoon tried to go coast to coast and is denied. It's swatted out of bounds by Brannon. 42-40 the score as we've got 4:06 to go here in the first half. We'll step aside. It's the NWAC Basketball Championships on the NWAC Sports Network.
Oregon needs to build schools, bridges, semiconductor factories, and much more. That's great news if you work in the trades. Even better news? Business Oregon and the Bureau of Labor and Industries have partnered to create childcare for construction to help construction trades workers and registered apprentices pay for childcare. To learn more, visit oregon.gov/BOLI/apprenticeship. We know when workers thrive, Oregon thrives.
Try an adventure in the sun. Try 3 rivers. Try 300 days of blue skies. Experience Washington's Tri-Cities. From farm to table to food trucks, enjoy a burgeoning culinary scene. Day trips, river dips, golf tips, and wine sips. Horseback and backpack. We have it all. Plan your trip at visittricities.com.
4:06 to go in the first half of this Elite Eight matchup. Skagit Valley leading Centralia 42-20. Cardinals have the ball right now, looking to build upon what is their largest lead of the game so far at 22 points. Petty picks up his dribble in the high I, over into the corner. Skip pass back and forth. I think the passing from the Cardinals has been pretty good thus far in this game. It's really allowed them to get some open looks and create space, even when Centralia has gone into the zone. They're not able to get a good look there. Can the Blazers capitalize? It's a whistle, foul on the floor. I think this is going to be against Jager Fife. It'll be his first, team's fourth. And Holloman to inbound from under the basket. They go down low to Brewer. Back to Holloman in the corner and out of bounds.
Yeah, the defense, the double team of Brewer forced the bad pass. I'm sure he'd love to have that one back because he had a teammate open for three, but just couldn't find him with the pass.
Weatherspoon handing it off to Clark. Clark to Fife, and the cut from Weatherspoon from out on that right point to the basket. And how about that bounce pass to get it to him in stride? It looks so smooth out there, doesn't it?
Yeah, beautiful. Backdoor execution bounce pass. Reminds me of the play that Edmonds came out of the timeout with last night to get their victory. Bounce pass, backdoor slam dunk with about 6 seconds left in the game.
SVC looking like a well-oiled machine out there here in this first half. Up by 24. Threatening to go up by more. Whistle blows. Bennett Howe will be at the line here shooting two. Looks like he was tacked on the wrist by Andrew Collins.
Malcolm Clark showed his passing ability and his unselfishness there because he's been scoring at will, basically. He could have kept that and tried to do his own thing, but he found his teammate on a nice cut to the basket and drew the foul.
First free throw try, good for Howe. Second up and coming. And he hits them both. It's a 26-point lead with 2:40 to go in the first half. B. Richardson driving to the basket. Has it ripped away. Malcolm Clark there. Looked like he was trying to spin his way by one defender, and then Clark just ripped it out of his arms.
Yeah, that's what they do. They steal the ball. They're the toughest defensive team in the NWAC, and they're showing it this morning or this afternoon.
Yeah, this one looking pretty similar to how it did in their game against CBC, in which they won 91-58 in the Sweet 16 yesterday. Petty pulls up, fires it short off the front of the rim. Collision on the floor. Will play on. Brewer pulls up, fires it short. Can he get his own rebound? No, it's swatted away. Coast to coast layup at the other end of the floor for Parker Nickerson. Kissing it off the glass, and it's trouble continuing to brew here for the Trailblazers. Under 2 minutes to go. Can they just survive this half? Brewer underneath, denied. Gets the rebound. B. Richardson, skip pass into the corner. Three ball, they need this, and they got it. Javonte Wells gives them maybe a breath of life here late.
Off the assist again from B. Richardson.
Yeah, you mentioned his passing ability a couple times, Tony. Really a good facilitator out there for them. But they've got to find a way to get some stops here is the biggest problem right now. They don't seem to have an answer. Weatherspoon fires, free throw line extended, no good. In transition, B. Richardson, he'll take the three. It's long. Rebound, though, into the arms of Wells. Or Walls, check that, man. Walls gets it off the glass right side. And that's 5 points in a row here for Centralia. I think the first time they've managed that yet in this half. So good news for them, ending on a stronger note offensively, but Clark proving indefensible at the other end. He's got 17 points. They don't have an answer.
Yeah, Malcolm Clark. You talk about putting on a show. You talk about improving your stock. I mean, man, he's shown he can do everything. He's got like 4 blocks, potential, at least 3 or 4 blocks. He's got 17 points. You said a bunch of boards, and he's been unstoppable.
Centralia can hold for the final try of the half here if they so choose. Brannon, B. Richardson, corner, 3, no. Oh, it was a good look. Just slightly off the mark, and 1 second to go. That will end the half. Skagit Valley 50, Centralia 25, as we check in with both of the coaches here on their way to the locker room real quickly. All right. Joined by Centralia coach Joe Gearhart out there on the court right now. Coach, your team trying to find some solutions here early down against Skagit Valley. What are you looking at here going into the half?
Oh, man, we got to do a better job of keeping our own tempo. We're letting Skagit kind of speed us up. We got to try to get into number 33, Malcolm. He's kind of killing us in the post, but more or less, we got to do the things that we're good at. We got to get back to the stuff that we do. We're letting them kind of, like I said, push us around a little bit and speed us up. So we got to get back to us.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it, brother.
That was Coach Joe Gearhart of the Centralia squad. Tony, like you said, like Coach said, right? Take it his words themselves. We got to get back to our game. It seems that Skagit really has kind of took control early. Centralia hung for a while, and now they're going to talk it over at the half, see if they can get back to get this one a little more within striking range. But 50-25 the score here at halftime. We'll be back and, of course, break down some of the numbers for you and get into the second half action when we come back. This is the round of the Elite Eight of the NWAC Basketball Championships of the NWAC Sports Network.
Did life get in the way and cause you to give up on your college dreams? You're not alone, but now it's your turn. At Chemeketa, we believe it's never too late to start again. With dozens of career programs designed for adults ready to change direction and earn better pay. Whether you're chasing better opportunities, new purpose, or unfinished dreams, Chemeketa is here for you. Your future didn't disappear, it just waited for you. Visit go.chemeketa.edu/pathways and take the first step.
Experience the new era of ticketing with Vivenue, the official ticketing platform of the NWAC Championships. All great sports events only work when the infrastructure is top-notch. Vivenue provides the most modern ticketing solution in the industry to NWAC, and to already more than 80 colleges and associations in the U.S. alone. Welcome to the new era of ticketing. Welcome to Vivenue.
Try an adventure in the sun. Try 3 rivers. Try 300 days of blue skies. Experience Washington's Tri-Cities. From farm to table to food trucks, enjoy a burgeoning culinary scene. Day trips, river dips, golf tips, and wine sips. Horseback and backpack. We have it all. Plan your trip at visittricities.com.
Yowza, how'd you catch all these?
I just started banking with ICCU.
ICCU?
You should join. I've got a branch around the corner, and with the mobile app, I can take ICCU wherever I go. I even had someone helping me on video chat at 6 p.m. on a Friday. Now that's service.
And so now every foul ball gets hit to you.
You tell me.
Everything you need for your banking and everything you love about a credit union. ICCU. Life's greener here.
Do you want an education that works for you? Check out Lower Columbia College. LCC boasts a vibrant campus life with arts, athletics, clubs, and more. With programs from high school completion to bachelor's degrees, LCC's supportive team will help you find the path that's right for you and provide crucial resources like financial aid and scholarships. Lower Columbia College, where futures begin.
We're not just lighting a stadium. We're creating lasting memories. We're not just installing a mini pitch. We're empowering youth to learn and grow. We're not just retrofitting an airport. We're creating an environment where workers can feel safer. This is why, whether it's a game down the street, professional stadiums around the world, or treasured monuments and landmarks, you always know when it's must go.
It begins with the ball. You see, a ball is not just leather and rubber. A ball is the seed that communities grow around. We're talking split-second moments that become indelible memories. It creates lifelong friendships. It's a reason for people to celebrate. A ball isn't just a ball. It's a life lesson. It's a tool you use to pursue your best. It's how you earn your greatest victories. How you learn to deal with failure. It's a test that you pass. It's a dream that you catch. It's a future you hold in your hands. It's not just a ball. Bada, the official ball of you.
Do you yearn to learn? Check out Centralia College Areas of Study. We've got fine arts and design, early childhood education, application development, biology, and who could forget electronics, robotics, and automation. Want to learn more? Check out our website or give us a call today.
Oregon needs to build schools, bridges, semiconductor factories, and much more. That's great news if you work in the trades. Even better news? Business Oregon and the Bureau of Labor and Industries have partnered to create childcare for construction to help construction trades workers and registered apprentices pay for childcare. To learn more, visit oregon.gov/BOLI/apprenticeship. We know when workers thrive, Oregon thrives.
You're not the only one. This can be heavy. Tell me about your mother.
I want to break free.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber. The Northwest's fastest home internet for 25% less than cable. Ziply Fiber. Real great internet. Real great prices, really.
Why is my internet slow? There's only 16 devices connected.
Switch to Ziply Fiber and ditch the cable crawl. The Northwest's fastest home internet. $750 less a year than cable. Ziply Fiber. Real great internet. Real great prices, really.
Deep three for Nasanek, and he nails it. Hawkins, he finds it. Nagel for three. Drives not there, but the putback.
Step through move, kick it out. Connor three on the way. Back.
Little highlight time. Cuellar just goes hard.
Backed out for a three on the way. Down at Joe's.
Hawkins for three. Got it! White shoot the three. Foot in the lane. Head fake going the long way.
Here's a long outside three and bang down and go.
Four on the shot clock. Turnaround jumper. Got it. Yes.
Out body travel. Up fake. Once, twice. Finally, Failer puts it up and in.
Claire's not shy. Drives into the paint. Turns. And it falls. Trey. Tough shot. Oh, finally,
Dribble drive through. Connor to Jones with the bucket.
McFerrin back down. Open three. Hawkins buries it. Gets him off. Now turns. Tough shot. He goes with it. Great shot.
15 on the shot clock. Goes around the screen. Back out. That's a long outside three that goes down.
Probably don't want to talk about that part, but I don't know. I think it's an interesting question. How does it feel now? You're so much closer. In this tournament last year, didn't go your way. And it's halftime here. Derek Maselli, Tony Broadus with you at halftime. Skagit Valley leading Centralia 50-25, and we've got Skagit Valley head coach Carl Howell on the line with us down courtside. Carl?
How you doing?
Coach Howell, outstanding first half, but obviously there's plenty of time left. What did you tell your team at the half?
Well, I always tell them it's and you know, you let people back in games like this by taking bad quick shots, turning the ball over, and giving them three.
Malcolm Clark, coach. Wow, what a half! What a first half. Tell us a little bit about him.
All right, thank you, Coach. Appreciate that. We're having a little difficulty down on the side. Thanks so much for talking with us. Again, it's halftime here. A couple minutes to go until the half. We might as well break down some of the numbers for the first half. As you might expect, they look really good for the Cardinals and not as great for the Trailblazers. They hung in there early, but really, I mean, Skagit Valley just looking like a machine out there. Offensively, defensively, they're shooting 60% from the floor right now. Centralia just 11 of 33 from the floor, about 33% shooting. And Cardinals are out rebounding. They've forced more turnovers. They've got more blocks. And if you're Coach Cheerhart of the Trailblazers side, I don't know what you dial up. I mean, put your coach and cap back on here, Tony. What do you do here to try to make this more competitive in the second half?
Yeah, first thing you've got to do is figure out a way to get your leading scorer into the game. Luke Brewer, second-team all-conference player, had 32 yesterday against Umpqua, only 3 in the first half. So you got to try to figure out a way to get him some shots. You've only been to the free throw line twice, so you got to attack the basket, get your guys to the free throw line a little bit better. You got 8 turnovers, take care of the ball. And then the last thing, to me, in these situations as a coach, I always had a contingency plan. If things didn't go right, if we were in a world of trouble like they are, and some kind of press, some kind of half-court trap or full-court gimmicky try to trap that might create some turnovers and get Skagit Valley out of their rhythm.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see what they dial up. We talked with Coach Cheerhart going into the half, and he said we got to get back to what we're doing. The question is what they do, does that game plan allow to overcome a 25-point deficit at the half, or are they going to have to break the mold a bit here, roll the dice on a couple things as you mentioned, maybe come out, try some full court pressure. As we saw in the first half, they haven't been particularly successful in transition after turning the ball over, or even when they're set back in the half-court defense. They've struggled a little bit as well, particularly when it came to stopping Clark down low in the post.
Yeah. Well, they'll start with the ball, see if they can get a basket and some stops. In this situation, one of our goals would always be make them call a timeout. Let's play some good ball early enough to where they have to call a readjustment timeout early in the second half.
Yeah, a chance to strike first here, opening up the second. It would do well for them if they could get the bucket, and they do off the glass right side. It's Brannon with it.
I'm sure that was a point of emphasis. We're going to go at Clark, and that's exactly what they did. Beautiful move in there by Shea Brannon.
Yeah, and we heard from Coach Howell there coming out of the half saying, look, it's easy to lose a lead in games like this, too. This is a tournament. We can't get complacent. How will they respond to that first bucket? Oh, it's Weatherspoon rolling it off the fingertips and in. That was a photogenic layup there off the front of the rim.
How sweet. This guy's a player. Real smooth.
Walls.
Great composure. I saw him talking to the officials before the game. Just really nice kid. And, it was really sincere. Some kids are trying to talk to the refs to try to butter him up for calls. He wasn't doing that. This guy's just a leader. You can tell it, the way he carries himself and the way he plays.
He's got it far out on the right point right now. Skip pass to Granberg. He'll fire. That's off the side of the rim. Weatherspoon with the offensive rebound. 15 on the shot clock. Petty with it. Pulls up, fires from the high post, and the mid-range gun is good. And that right there, Petty showing the value of the mid-range basket. A lot of those analytics folks, Tony, they say, well, you should only ever shoot a three or a layup, but that right there, textbook example of why it has value in today's games.
I agree. I'm a big mid-range guy myself. And think about it, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's a mid-range player.
Yeah. Yeah, it can really be problematic for a defense when you can, obviously you want your easy buckets as close to the basket as possible. And yeah, you can stretch the floor with triples, but when you can score in between the perimeter and right in front of the net, you're almost impossible to defend because at any given point, at any place on the court, you're a danger. And Petty showing right there that he's a danger at all three levels of the defense there in the half court.
Absolutely.
And he can hit his free throws, too. He hit the first one there, second try, up and coming. And everything going the way of Skagit Valley here. You miss it, but it gets kicked back out, and you get an even better look. Weatherspoon with the bucket. It's 58-27. And the Trailblazers fighting to keep this close. It's poked away. Jager Fife knocks it up in the air. Cardinals come away with it. Weatherspoon to Clark. Clark working against Brannon. Driving into the paint, picks up his dribble, sends it back up top between the circles. Petty dribbling behind the back. Thought about the three. Instead, he'll opt to pass, and that's a wise move, an easier opportunity there for Blaine Granberg, much closer to the basket.
Yeah, sweet left-hand finger roll by Granberg, a sophomore out of Mount Vernon.
And, for that first minute or so coming out of the half, it looked like Centralia might have been on to something. But it's almost like you blink, Tony, and somehow the halftime lead that was 25 points has ballooned to 33. And it doesn't even feel like that much has happened.
No, but they keep taking the ball. I mean, they're such a good defensive team. They make you turn it over. But they get offensive rebounds. And Skagit is playing a fantastic ball game.
Fife handing it off to Granberg. Over to Petty. Petty guarded by Olivan, pulls up, fires the three ball, and he hits it. Give him 16 points on the afternoon. And it's a 30, I got to check my math here, 36-point lead for Skagit Valley.
You know, I've been in the NWAC for a while, and this guard combination of Petty and Weatherspoon look to be two of the best guards, the best combinations I've seen in a long time.
Brannon able to get a bucket for the Blazers, but they're down big. They got to find a way to get a stop here. That time, good job. Luke Brewer gets his hands up and interrupts that pass, knocks it out of bounds, so they'll get to slow it down, reset again. And that's what you like to see, right? Active hands. For as much as Centralia is getting handled right now, they don't look defeated out there on the court. If you check their body language, Tony, they're still playing with tenacity, active hands, moving. But that time, Weatherspoon blows by the defender, layup try, no good. And the Blazers move in transition here. Brewer fires three, and Luke Brewer hits the triple.
Yeah, you hit it on the head. Centralia's still playing. They're still competing. They still believe they can win this game. They just haven't been able to put together the stops needed to give them a chance.
Fife's try. Denied at the rim. No call. Brannon to the bucket. And how about that scoop? He started on the right side, but then he lays it off the glass left side with the left hand, and he's got 10 points. First double-digit scorer of the afternoon so far for Centralia.
Yeah, Shea Brannon is very impressive. 6'6" sophomore out of Eatonville, Washington. I'm sure there's some folks taking notice of him. By spokes, I mean scouts.
Corner three. Off the side of the rim, but Clark underneath with the offensive rebound and put back try. That's no good. He's fouled, though. So he might head to the line here for two.
Those calls always crack me up because you got the two officials right next to the call. You got the one official right next to Coach Howell. So you wonder, did Coach Howell, was he in his ears so much that it might have influenced him to blow the whistle before the other two guys did?
Tony knows a bit about that from the time in the coach and the behind the the scenes work that you do as a coach, right? Trying to, you see them, they both do it to try to plead their cases. And again, in a game like this, too, on the Centralian side, you know, you're saying, hey, call the game, right? Just because we're down doesn't mean we want you not calling or moving this along like we're going to play this through and through. They're down 30, but they've still got fighting spirit left in them. Do they have a comeback? That is the question. Robinson down low, whistle blows. Looks like that's going to be bringing us into a media timeout with 14:45 to go here in regulation. Cardinals 64, Trailblazers 34. This is the NWAC Basketball Championships on the NWAC Sports Network.
Try an adventure in the sun. Try 3 rivers. Try 300 days of blue skies. Experience Washington's Tri-Cities. From farm to table to food trucks, enjoy a burgeoning culinary scene. Day trips, river dips, golf tips, and wine sips. Horseback and backpack. We have it all. Plan your trip at visittricities.com.
Hey NWAC fans, check out the official NWAC merchandise. Find masks, beanies, t-shirts, sweatshirts, Adidas gear, and more. Everything is fully customizable. The NWAC is more than sports. Visit NWACstore.com.
Coming out of the media timeout, the foul on the other end of the floor. I believe this was called against Skagit Valley. So that's Jager Fife's second, team second, but it was on the floor. So Centralia will be inbounding from underneath the basket. It's Javonte Walls with it. Up top to Brannon. Brannon to Brewer. Brewer, who was the hero of the game last week. Last night rather. He's been quiet in this one. Denied by Clark, and Clark able to keep that in play as he was falling out of bounds along the baseline.
Clark with his 5th block shot of the afternoon.
Yeah, he's number 3 in the league in blocks, had 51 coming into this game. Petty gets by Walls, floater in and out of the basket, but Clark with the offensive board and the putback. And, I think Clark was very much the start of Centralia's problems early in this one. He was the one that kind of started dictating the flow of things, and then we saw Weatherspoon and Petty start chipping in longer range from there. But even here in the second half, that's what the second or third possession we've seen here in the first 6-7 minutes of this half, where he's been able to get an offensive rebound and a putback try.
Yeah, he has been dominant. To be quite frank.
I'm sure a lot of coaches looking at him in this tournament. Looks like they'll call an offensive foul against B. Richards. Or check that on Holloman. Now that's Holloman's 3rd. And so far.
All right, here's a press.
Yeah, look at that full court pressure. Centralia trying to do anything they can to change the trajectory of this game. Approaching the midway point of the second half, they've got to figure something out if they want to get back within striking range. Collins into the corner. Weatherspoon 3, and he hits it. It's money.
Clark catches in the post, spins, and two-hand pass finds the open Trayshawn Weatherspoon for the 3.
Yeah, and that's, I think, been a lot of the trouble for Centralia, is they haven't had an answer for Clark down low. So you bring multiple bodies crash in around him. If he's able to get that pass out, it's an open look for whoever's on the perimeter. And that time, Weatherspoon makes them pay. Triple try off the mark for Holloman. Petty at the other end of the floor. He's cut off. He'll retreat back out onto the point. Weatherspoon has it out near midcourt. Working against Walls. To Petty. Petty against Holloman. Oh, tried to dribble it between his own leg.
Good
lost his
defense,
balance. Holloman. Yeah. Yep, credit Holloman there for not letting it fly. And it's deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trailblazers. Vontae Walls inbounds to Robinson. Nice little drop step, but then 2 white jerseys close in on him, cut him off along the baseline. It's out of bounds off the foot of one of those defenders.
Deflected out of bounds by Skagit. And that's something they do really well. They move their hands. They're in the passing lanes. That's why they lead the NWAC in steals. Oh.
B. Richardson triple try off the inbound pass. They tried to get him open on a little curl route there. Meanwhile, bodies falling to the deck at the other end of the floor, and that's just how quick this SVC team moves. You get defense turned into offense, right? The big block at one end of the floor, transition opportunity, and even though you don't get the bucket, you've drawn a foul, chance at 2 from the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's one thing good teams do. They use the block shot to start the break. Just like a turnover, you get the turnover and you take off running. You use the block shot to get out in the passing lanes and attack the basket, just like that last possession.
Weatherspoon missed the first try, looking to split the pair, and he does. It's a big lead for Skagit Valley here. Centralia trying to find something that they can point to here to generate some sustained success. They've had moments, Tony. They've had glimpses where they've gotten stops, where they've found stringing a couple offensive possessions together, but they just haven't really been able to get comfortable at either end of the floor.
Nope. And I don't see any signs of Skagit Valley letting up. I mean, they are prideful in the fact that they hold teams to the least amount of points in the whole NWAC, and I think they're looking to do that today. They're looking to potentially keep these guys under the averages of what they give up a game, which is 65 points.
Yeah, they beat CBC by 34, I think it was, yesterday, and it's looking about the same here today unless Centralia has something, one last trick in the bag. Reaching all the way into the hat to try to pull something out, but Malcolm Clark draws the foul, and he's there. I mean, he's got 3 blue jerseys around him, and he's still bigger than everybody else. Fouled, chance it too. I mean, they just don't have an answer.
Well, it's an example of one of the frustrations of being a coach is you got to get your guys to box out. So it means your human nature wants you just to jump. You're right there. But if you got a guy like Clark who's taller than you, longer arms, and maybe jumps better than you, you're going to have a tough time getting that rebound unless you back him up with your body.
So he splits the pair. B. Richards has it. Over out on the left point, working against Weatherspoon. He'll hand it off to Brewer. Brewer sees the lane. Off the glass and in, counted and one, as Bennett Howe came over to try to defend, but there was contact.
There's Brewer. Beautiful move with the left hand, takes the contact. He'll get a chance for a three-point play.
And there he is. That's the Luke Brewer that they hope to get going, the guy who scored 32 in their first round upset over the Riverhawks. Can he help spark something here as we prepare to enter the middle stage of the second half? There's still time, but they're going to have to be pretty flawless from here on out. You see the full court pressure. Skagit able to break the press with relative ease. There's a little back and forth passing between Petty and Weatherspoon. You mentioned their guard play already, Tony. It's hard to force this team to make errors, and that time the ball out of bounds as it looked like Petty and Holloman kind of got tangled up.
Yeah, to expect to create a lot of turnovers by pressing, facing this guard combination, that's some wishful thinking, but you got to do it. Time is of the essence. So you got to try to figure out a way to get some turnovers, get some baskets. But Petty Jr. and Weatherspoon, I just have a hard time seeing them turning it over multiple times.
And there he is with the step back three. Jerry Petty Jr.'s got 19 points and a big bucket there. Another exclamation point in a game that has been filled with them for Skagit Valley so far. But at the other end of the floor, it looks like Weatherspoon was a little slow to get going to make his way to the other end of the floor. And I didn't quite see what happened, if he got bumped there or knocked down. But he's going to take a seat, catch his breath maybe over there, and have a rest over on the bench.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. I didn't see what happened either. I think he may have got bumped in the...
Yeah, it looked like it. Like he might have been kind of looking at the chin. If we look at the replay there, yeah, it looks like he took an elbow to the chin. So he'll take a breather as Nickerson's back in for SVC. Fife handing it off to Petty. Nickerson pulls up to beat the buzzer, and that looked better defensively for Centralia there.
Yeah, that was a great box out there by Brandon to secure the rebound.
But just like that, Petty takes it back. He picks the pocket of Brewer, Can't finish at the other end, but there's a foul as the follow-through from Bennett Howe led to another offensive rebound try, and he's fouled. He'll be at the line for 2. So just when you think you do something good, it's like you don't even have time to pat yourself on the back because Skagit Valley just comes right back at you.
Yeah, they're everywhere. And this Petty Jr. is an expert thief in the basketball sense of the word. He takes the ball. That time he had a break, and he kind of waited, slowed down to maybe get the three-point play. That's what he's talking to the official right now. He thought he got bumped on the shot. If he had it over again, I think he'd just sprint to the basket and get the layup.
But free throws are good nonetheless, and the Cardinals have busted this one wide open here. Midway point of the second half. And it's a 39-point Cardinal lead. Bounce pass stolen down low. And how about Jerry Petty doing it all? Howe stole the pass. He gets it to Petty, and Jerry Petty, who is 5'10", goes sky high for the Tomahawk Jam.
Oh my! Highlight of the game. I did not expect that. He 5'10", maybe.
With the hop. 5'10" in shoes, right? In the basketball shoes, they give you a couple inches. And
he took off and threw that down.
That's going to bring us into immediate timeout and exclamation point as we have passed the midway point of this second half. Skagit Valley 78, Centralia 37.
Looking for a place that is perfect for you? A place with programs that work around your schedule? A place with cutting-edge technology and state-of-the-art facilities. A place to celebrate and engage with the community. A place to excel in and out of the classroom. Columbia Basin College. This is the place for you.
You're more than a student, and we're more than a college. Whether you're starting fresh, aiming for a new career, or looking to sharpen your skills, Edmonds College helps you achieve your goals. With over 110 professional certificates, 60 associate degrees, and 6 bachelor's degrees, we truly offer something for everyone. We're your partner in building the future you deserve. Ready to take the next step? Discover your potential at Edmonds College.
The NWAC website, nwacsports.com, powered by Presto Sports, the all-in-one sports technology platform to streamline your processes and delight your fans. Check out prestosports.com to see how. We just entered that timeout, Tony, with an exclamation point, a one-handed jam from 5'10" Jerry Petty Jr., and that's just the kind of game Skagit Valley's been having. Centralia at the other end of the floor. There's a foul. They'll get a chance at 2, and that's just kind of how it's been for them, a struggle to get any points so far in this game. Andrew Collins at the line to shoot 2. And just nothing's come easy for them against this Cardinals defense.
Nothing. I mean, they are under 40 points at the midway point of the second half. That is some suffocating defense.
And the free throw tries, no good, but Brewer able to get the rebound for Centralia. Fires from about 8 feet from the basket, and he hits it. Brewer with 11 points for Centralia.
Full court press by Centralia. They weren't particularly ready for it, so big Malcolm Clark calls a timeout.
For over 80 years, ICCU is helping members achieve financial success. Join today at ICCU.com.
We Coach is a one-of-a-kind non-profit membership organization dedicated to recruiting, advancing, and retaining women coaches in all sports and levels throughout year-round professional growth and leadership development programs. The NWAC proud to partner with We Coach. Learn more at wecoachsports.org. And NWAC Champions, sponsored by Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet provider. Plans starting at just $20 a month. And when we look at the situation here, Tony, 78-39 the score. You still see Carl Howell out there for Skagit Valley talking things over, calling timeouts. They're up by 40 almost, and they're still treating it as if it was a 2-point game.
Absolutely. Their foot is still on the gas. I mean, as you can see, the starters are still in the game. Not that, they would be out, but he is not messing around. It'd be interesting to see, maybe talk to Ian Dexter, our NWAC extraordinaire, about what the record is for the point differential in the first 2 games of the tournament. Because they've got to be close. I mean, they blew out CBC, and now they're blowing out Centralia.
Working against the full court press. Centralia almost able to intercept the pass there, but the Cardinals get it across. They'll operate out of the half-court offense. Just over 9 minutes remaining. Nickerson fires off the rim. Centralia with it. Ibarra working up. He's got 2 jerseys in close proximity, though still he's going to try to post up against Weatherspoon. A little bit of help defense comes from Clark, so he says, okay, you won't let me post up, I'll fire the jumper, and he hits it.
Yeah, he wanted that shot, as you could see. He hit a couple to start the game, and he said, you know what, I'm going to go back to what I did to start this game, a couple turnarounds, and he hit a big shot there. Be interesting to see what kind of offers Weatherspoon gets leaving Skagit Valley, because he's only a freshman, so they'll likely have him again, but he can really play.
Brewer working against Petty. Tucker Lober with it, and they've got it to Holloman, who hits it from the right elbow. Again, the full court pressure. Cardinals able to break it. And the lob in transition. Oh, they went for a little alley-oop action, but it's in and out of the basket for Howe.
But then Centralia turns it right back over.
Clark to Howe. He lost his balance, but he's able to keep that in play with a pass into the corner. And it's stolen away that time. Weatherspoon had his pocket picked by Holloman. Probably not often that happens. He's used to taking it away. But Centralia unable to make him pay at the other end of the floor. That's been the trouble, is they've done some good things, but they haven't been able to do it consistently. Clark working inside against Collins, and a whistle blows.
Trailblazer foul number 10, Andrew Collins, his 3rd.
That foul on Collins, it's his 3rd, team's 8th.
Malcolm Clark, shoot 2.
Jerry Petty Jr. checks out after a fantastic game to help his team. Well, you can't say it yet, but boy, they're really close to the Final Four.
Yeah, he had 21 points. After that free throw there, Clark has 22, make it 23. Weatherspoon's got 22. It's been kind of the big 3 for Skagit Valley, putting on a clinic here this afternoon. in the round of the Elite Eight, looking every bit as well oiled as they did in the Sweet 16. Lober with it to Collins. Collins spinning his way toward the basket. Oh, he got a nice look left side, but it comes up just short. Weatherspoon handing it off to Whiting. Back to Weatherspoon. Driving into the lane, lost the handle on it, but he was fouled. The whistle blows, and you do wonder as we approach the 6-minute mark here of what is likely this game, how long does Coach Howell keep the rest of that starting unit in there? We still see Clark out there. He just came out now. We see Weatherspoon. I would suspect that they might be taking a seat here to some applause soon, too. He picks up his 23rd point, by the way.
Yeah, just outstanding guard play, outstanding performance by the whole team. And Coach Howell, I mean, he knows his team. Veteran coach, has been here many times, and he knows exactly how to make things work. He'll get his reserves in this last. He'll get a lot of good minutes down to finish this game as Weatherspoon checks out right now.
It is. Yes, and Eli Tritcher is in. Seeing his first minutes out on the floor this afternoon. Brewer has out on the right wing in front of his own bench, sent up top to Lober. Lober into the paint. Nice passing here from Centralia, but again, they just can't seem to find a way to get an easy look. Everywhere they go, the Cardinals will follow, and they just have not had any breathing room. Turn and hook for Bennett. Howe, he hits it.
Howe, just another key factor for this Skagit Valley Cardinal team.
Brewer up at the top of the arc. Step back three. Short off the front of the rim. It looked good, just didn't have quite enough on it.
It was good defense. Terrence Whiting got a great contest out there, and it doesn't surprise me because I'm sure he's been going against Petty and Weatherspoon in practice every day.
Yeah, and that's, hate to sound like a broken record, but we just talked about it. That's just Centralia hasn't been able to get any good looks. Everything has been contested. They've been forced into predicaments that have kind of uncharacteristically forced them to turn the ball over. They've had a tough go at it here. Working against a Skagit Valley team that was ranked number 3 in the league coming into this, and they're showing why here this afternoon.
Yeah, they were ranked number 1 for a majority of the year. I think they had a loss that maybe moved them down, and then Bellevue got just red hot and won game after game after game. But Skagit Valley has been a top 1, 2, 3 team all year long, and they have shown it today and yesterday.
Yeah, even good ball movement there to get Blaine Granberg another good look underneath the basket. He gets it off the glass right side. Quick trigger 3 from Holloman is short. Granberg posting up against Holloman, trying to take it all the way to the bucket. He's fouled. And that almost dropped in and out of the basket. Which is going to bring us into a timeout, it looks like, with 3:42 left. Centralia's curtain's starting to close on Centralia's season. Do they have one more surge left in them to make this one close? We'll find out. 88-45 the score.
Experience the new era of ticketing with Vivenue, the official ticketing platform of the NWAC Championships. All great sports events only work when the infrastructure is top-notch. Vivenue provides the most modern ticketing solution in the industry to NWAC, and to already more than 80 colleges and associations in the U.S. alone. Welcome to the new era of ticketing. Welcome to Vivenue.
The final 3:42 to go in this one after that media timeout. Skagit Valley, who beat Columbia Basin by 33 yesterday, is leading Centralia by 44 here today. And they're at the free throw line shooting free throws. It's not over yet.
Incredible 2 days for the Cardinals. I think they're a little angry maybe for what happened last year with that first round exit.
Yeah, they were upset last year, and no doubt that weighs on the minds of those who are back again this time around, and of course Coach. And they came to make a statement here in the tourney this time, have more or less punched their ticket to the Final Four. They've just got to let this last 3:30 go.
Cardinal foul number 15, Eli Trischler, his first.
It's always funny when you're a coach or something, you're just hoping to get the game over with. But the reserve players, they like, hey, I haven't got a chance to play much. I'm going to foul a little bit. I'm going to expand this game.
Yeah.
I get some more time, more chance to get some shots up.
Exactly. And to your point, Tucker Lober, who's at the line shooting free throws, he's got his first point of the game.
There you go.
Chance at a second one here. And he'll split the pair. Rebound secured by Brolowski. It's Whiting with it. Whiting working against Brannon. Over to Trickler. And Tritcher into the corner. Nickerson driving baseline, sent back out up top. 6 on the shot clock. They got to move to beat the clock. It's a 3. Just short off the front of the rim. That actually looked pretty good there from Tritcher. Just didn't quite have enough on it. And Robinson loses a handle on the ball. For Centralia underneath the bucket, another substitution.
Evan Stacy checks in.
Going deeper into the bench, it's Evan Stacy to inbound the ball for the Cardinals. Working against this full court press. Centralia able to bat it away, but still, Stacy comes away with it for Skagit Valley near midcourt. Over to Diego Lago. Lago tries to lob it inside. It's instead snatched out of the air by Ibarra. Ibarra to the basket. He's fouled.
Centralia's continuing to compete.
Cardinal foul number 22.
Yeah, and Ibarra especially, he went quiet kind of in the middle stages of the game, but the first 4 points I think Centralia had were courtesy of Ibarra. And then kind of got quiet, and he's come on a little bit here again later in this one. Only 6 points, but he's made some good plays. Give him 7 with that free throw. Whiting up the floor. Runs in the room, but the bounce pass to Stacy. Able to get things moving. Tritcher, 3, no. And B. Richards hits a long gun from way behind that 3-point line. He's only got 8 points, but he's done I think his better contribution has been his passing game throughout most of this one.
Yeah, he was solid the first half, and for him to hit that shot there, he'll definitely be disappointed that they lost, that their season's over, but he can feel pretty good in the offseason about his last game.
Yeah, he really played a solid one out there. He's got some points. He got some really good passes in that led to good looks, and was instrumental in keeping Centralia close, at least in that first quarter. There he is again at the other end of the floor, but a jump ball as it's Terrence Whiting reaching in there to try to rip it away. Possession arrow favors the Cardinals.
Another steal for the number 1 ranked team in NWAC in steals.
Stacy inbounds to Whiting. It's back to Stacy. Back to Whiting. Just a little pitch and catch as they make their way across the timeline to break the press. Pritchard thought about it, but he saw Robinson closing in, so they'll hold and try to get a better look on the possession. Lago to Stacy, cutting inside. What unselfish passing. Four different players got a touch on that possession there, passing to one another. Robinson in transition gets the jam, but shoot, even the bench looks pretty darn smooth on this Skagit Valley squad, don't they, Tony?
Absolutely. That was a great possession. They'll probably be on the end of the year highlight film right there. That possession, because your reserves are in the tournament, and the ball gets swing, right down the middle for a layup.
Yeah, they're looking good. And they're going to be a tough out in the Final Four, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're going to have to play a tough team, whoever wins our next game, but you can easily see Skagit Valley being in the championship.
That try off the iron, and I think this just might do it. The Cardinals are going to dribble this out here. And Skagit Valley moving on to the Final Four. They have done so in decisive fashion, blowing CBC out of the water in the first round and handling Centralia with relative ease here, 91-52 the final score. We're going to talk with our player of the game here in just a moment, but wow, you run down the totals here, Tony. Weatherspoon had 24 points, Malcolm Clark 23, Petty Jr. 21, Bennett Howe with 8, but it wasn't just that offense, it was the defensive side of things too. They really just, both ends of the floor, took it to them.
Yeah, outstanding performance in all facets of the game. But if you had to play one specific area, I'd say defensively. I mean, they held them to 51 points.
Yeah.
That's pretty suffocating right there.
51 points, and they forced 17 turnovers in the process. And, I mean, even when they couldn't get the steal, Centralia had, a couple inches at most of breathing room the whole time. They just never could find anything easy. They couldn't get the good look. You see them taking the photo at midcourt as they are on to the Final Four. They'll face the winner of the next game we have coming up, folks, so don't go anywhere, because at 4 o'clock, Lane and Edmonds are going to be tipping off, and we'll be with you for that one as well. But hats off to Skagit Valley here. Very decisively winning, and it looks like we're going to chat here with our player of the game. Let's welcome onto the broadcast Malcolm Clark. Clark.
What's going on?
Can you hear us down there?
Yeah, I can hear you great.
You see, joined by your teammates on to the Final Four. You came out pedal to the metal. 2 games throughout this tournament, 2 decisive wins. How does it feel taking the photo there at midcourt, knowing that you're headed now to the Final Four?
It feels great. It feels great to be surrounded. I enjoy hooping with my brother. Enjoy every second on the court with them. So.
Outstanding performance from you. You came out, established yourself down low. That led to a lot of opportunities in the mid-range game and the perimeter as well. What's going to be your plan of attack here now moving forward onto the next game? I mean, is it more or less the same thing on repeat or what?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we love team, and I always look for open on the outside. Definitely got to bring the energy for next game.
Congratulations on the win, Malcolm. Tell us a little bit about Coach Howe. What's the secret sauce on Coach? How does he get you guys to play so well and play so well together?
All right, fans, now it's time to
One of the hardest. Definitely, he definitely pushes us more than any other coach I've ever played.
our player of the game, Malcolm Clark. Thanks so much for joining us here on the podcast.
Thank you. Awesome.
Malcolm Clark with the double-double. He had 23 points, 15 rebounds, Tony. That's a heck of a performance for Malcolm Clark. Again, one of 3 scorers on that squad, joined by Weatherspoon and Petty, who each scored over 20 in the contest, and the Cardinals ultimately get the win. They are on to the Final Four, facing either Lane or Edmonds, which will be the next game we've got here this afternoon. So make sure you don't go anywhere and, well, maybe go grab a snack or something, have a break, come on back. But we'll be back here for the second game, and Skagit Valley will face the winner of that one in the Final Four next weekend. That game slated for, that'll be 2